Hello everyone, welcome to the Wall of Shame, Project Veritas, Wall of Shame, where we print the corrections and retractions, where the journalists' reputations go to die. They print lies about us in articles questioning our ethics and honesty. That's why it's so ironic. That's why we make a big deal out of it. That's why we have these cute little retracto plushies that everyone wants, but you don't get one unless you lie about us. And that's probably why they do it, because everyone wants one. Disincentivizing the issue is the problem. This retracto goes to something called, you never heard of these places until I bring it up to you, but it's important for me to educate you on who these people are. The American Independent, one of those things where it's like the George Orwell, peace is war is peace, ignorance is strength. They call the thing the opposite of what they actually do. DeSantis gives shout out to far-right activists as he signed bills to punish Twitter. They had to update the article. They had to retract one of the sentences in the article. Cue the retracto theme song. Retracto, the correction of Hacker. Retracto, he's coming at you. In this article by Oliver Willis, you may remember Oliver Willis from the Andrew Breitbart days with myself and Project Veritas. He's an employee of Media Matters, employed by David Brock. He was an employee at Media Matters. Now he works for this American Independent. He writes about the DeSantis appearance with me in Florida and Miami. DeSantis gives shout out to far-right activists. This is news to me, but Oliver Willis reports as fact, quote, during the 2020 election, while trying to assist Donald Trump, he's assigning motive to me there, who once paid O'Keefe for anti-Hillary Clinton videos. So Oliver Willis is effectively saying as fact that Donald Trump paid me for videos.
Boom, these explosions of bullshit.
And is factually incorrect. So we asked for a retraction. We are granted one. They delete this paragraph. They completely fixed it. But they did not delete the other things in this article. They report that we attack Democrats with deceptively edited, removing crucial context, omitting context here, trying to entrap this person. They say all these defamatory things, but they don't correct those unfactual things. Their lawyers sent us a letter from a firm called Perkins Coie. Why is that important? Well, because Perkins Coie is an expensive law firm. That's all about the money. They got money. They got big pockets behind them. And a letter from a lawyer named Ezra W. Reese, counsel to the American Independent Foundation. It's a foundation. They file a 990 tax return. Perkins Coie lawyer Ezra W. Reese writes, quote, the American Independent Foundation is a nonprofit organization dedicated to factual journalism that arms the public with the truths needed to hold individuals and groups accountable. Fair enough. I agree with that. One could say that that mission statement aligns quite closely with the mission statement of Project Veritas. But the lawyer for Perkins Coie goes on. He says that they do all this, factual journalism, hold groups accountable, for actions and policies that run counter to progressive values. So the lawyer's effectively admitting that they don't care about untruths. They don't care about correcting these other things unless it runs contrary to progressive values. Now imagine I said such a thing. Imagine if I stated on my website that I only expose facts if it runs contrary to one side. And as you may recall, at Project Veritas, we exposed the Republican Attorney General of New Hampshire. We exposed the president of the state Senate, who is a Republican in Wisconsin. We exposed people harvesting ballots, which is not a partisan thing. It's not an ideological thing. It's not an opinion-driven thing. It's a incontrovertible video factual thing, and the more true it gets, the worse it gets. And that's why Oliver Willis, with his fancy schmancy lawyers at Perkins Coie, that's why they write hit pieces and have to retract some of it, not all of it, because we wouldn't want to run contrary to our progressive values. See, it's a contradiction of terms. You can't effectively have a mission statement to expose corruption and then say in the last part of the sentence that they don't expose corruption unless it runs contrary to their ideology. If you have an ideology, that effectively runs contrary to fact-finding. And that's why, Oliver Willis, you've had to print a big, fat, juicy retraction. Oliver Willis, here's your retracto, here's your plushie. All of this can have been avoided Oliver Willis, if you just stuck to the facts, if you didn't lie? Is lying consistent with your progressive values? All of this could have been avoided if you had a mission statement that just the first part of it. Nonprofit organization dedicated to factual journalism that arms the public with the truths needed to hold individuals accountable. Cut. Don't continue with this run contrary to progressive values business, because now your lie will live on the wall of shame with infamy forever. And we are sending this to you along with the plushie. We hope you find Retracto compatible with your progressive values.